Man, every time I see you, it excites me because I know we're going to talk some good stuff.
What's up, Ed?
What's up, Sean?
Good to see you, my
Welcome,
brother.
everybody. Yes, welcome, everybody. Thank you. Likewise. Good to see you, too. Welcome to the next episode, the newest episode of Couch Talk with Ed and Sean here.
Which makes it episode 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Episode 3.
And it's been a hot one out here in San Fran.
Yeah.
It's been about, 80 degrees?
Yes, 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's been a little cooler today. It's Friday afternoon. And with me and my boy, we're gonna have an intelligent conversation. Hopefully entertaining somewhat, but most importantly, informative.
Little fun fact I want to throw out there for the people, since this is the third one, and for me, number 3 is a very special number. So this is, every episode, whether it be me and you, or whether it be me, you, my nephew, or whoever, we'll have Ed and Sean and this and that and people, but it also will have the episode number will be the date that was created.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what
I'm looking at when
yes.
when it's posted.
So when episode, let's say 30 comes, another 3, or 13, I don't know, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
How many people paid attention to what it means.
Right. Okay.
Because it could be episode 00828.
Right.
I haven't done 1,000 episodes, obviously. But,
right. Well, I mean, hopefully we'll get there
one day. But that's what
that means.
Yes.
Okay.
In the title when I created.
Well, that is a good fun fact.
Little fun fact.
Because even I was wondering.
Yeah.
How you were numbering them.
Yes. Because I have a lot of stuff that I want to put out too. That it's on other dates and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, in a sense. Like, I like to date everything I do, even my to-do list. So
stay organized.
Yeah.
So, the reason why I'm bringing this topic up, and it's going to lead into what I really want to talk about, is I've been diagnosed with lymphedema. Now, if anybody out there who doesn't know what lymphedema is, it has something to do with your lymphatic system. Mm-hmm. As regards your flow of
filter, it's the
your filter exactly, and feel free to correct me or or to come in if of your knowledge.
Because I know the lymphatic system.
Mm-hmm.
Why the lymphatic system? Because certain people in my family have had cancer, and they always mention that system being the system where you usually either detect or where everything goes through in your body, and that's where they are able to detect the cancer is through your lymphatic system.
That's a good point you just made, because I probably,
from what I understand, I may be wrong.
No, you're right. I've taken every test known to man as regards. I've been from the CAT scan to the oxygen test, how much oxygen is flowing through my system, to
VO2.
To really knowing how my system works, they had to inject me with a dye to really see.
It's like bluish.
It's like a bluish dye. Yeah. I've had all those tests.
Cancer patients, that's what they're the same thing, the same procedure.
The good news is I don't have cancer.
Good.
That's the good news. The bad news is just going through the getting well process. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm getting better every day. The main thing is what I know is I have to watch my salt, which is a big thing because, the body holds the water.
Yeah, with salt.
So you don't want that.
High elevated sodium levels.
Right.
Yes.
You don't want that. Another thing is my diet. You have to watch the diet because you didn't know this, but I have like a couple hernias now because of the water. The umbilical cord.
Yeah, because the water follows the flow of things.
Right.
So it will always look for a way out.
Right.
And so that's what the water is doing in your system. And instead of expelling itself how it usually does through sweat, through urine and bowel movements and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But now for some reason your lymphatic system, there's something going on with it that is not filtrating right, and that's why it's holding in the, you're retaining
so
the water.
you made a good point when you said the body will find a way.
Yeah.
So what's happening with me was I was getting blisters.
Yes.
Water blisters.
Yeah.
I was leaking. Mm-hmm. And so, good news, my legs are looking good. I'm taking a diuretic. I have to take it every day, probably for the.
There's a tea.
Yeah.
There's dandelion tea. That's
really?
Yes.
Okay.
I've taken it, and bodybuild. That's another fun fact. How I learned this because I'm been very into fitness, health, and fitness. Dieting, all these things, working out, and through my research and knowledge and trying to find out how to best lose weight. You have like another diuretic is a pineapple. Pineapple is a good diuretic. Melons are good diuretics.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we talked about this, but I'm probably the first black man that's allergic to watermelon.
Damn. I feel for you because you're missing out.
I'm allergic.
Especially as a black man.
I'm allergic to all melons.
Dang.
Like my throat starts getting itchy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it in watermelon that's you're allergic?
I have no idea.
You should figure like what component in watermelon.
I mean, but that's funny. It's funny you say that, Ed, because I can have a piece of watermelon candy or whatever.
Yeah, but that's.
I've even had
dried watermelon.
Or
no.
No. I've never had dry watermelon.
Uh-huh.
I could even pass from having a watermelon in my if I'm having a beverage.
Yeah.
In my drink.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the components in a piece of watermelon, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing to me.
That's wild.
And cantaloupe is wild.
But see, that's why there's no one fits all type of diet or health regimen.
Right.
Everybody, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever body that you're in that has these, let's say illnesses or dysfunction disorders, right? There's a kind of karma, you would call it, in spirituality, that you have to go through and deal with, but you yourself, not one person can tell you what's wrong or how to do things. It's like, it's more so you got to teach yourself. And that's how I've learned.
Yeah.
Like you can't just listen to one thing. You have to pick and pull from each different thing to fit into your puzzle.
Right. The components that my body can deal with.
Exactly. Yeah. Like watermelon isn't one component that goes well for you.
No. The fried chicken I love.
Yeah.
But
fried chicken and watermelon.
Those fried chicken I love. Yeah, for some reason watermelon. I don't do watermelon, man. And I hear
that sucks.
And I've been sitting with my people, and they're tearing it up, that watermelon.
Bro,
I'm sitting there going like, man, I wish I could.
My boy Randy's allergic to fish.
Really? Shellfish or all fish?
All fish.
Man.
He said he used to eat fish sticks when he was a kid, and that would just kind of make his throat kind of itchy, but that's it.
Well, my dad was allergic to shellfish. Now, story with that is he recognized that because we were in a Benihana's.
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, when I found out that he was allergic to fish, we was in Hawaii and he couldn't take it no more because of the fumes.
Yeah.
And, because the hibachi.
And see, that's what happened with my dad. My dad smelled it. He started tripping.
Yeah.
And he ran out of there.
Yep.
Same
thing.
Yeah, he threw an old lady on the ground.
Same thing.
Get out of my way.
No, he said he couldn't breathe.
He couldn't breathe. And so he ran up out of there. And everybody was like, oh, my goodness.
Well, that's what happens. Like, let's say there's like smoke, for example, right? It starts to make you cough because it's an irritant to your system, to your throat, your breathing system.
I used to be able to tolerate smoke, but I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, see, certain people just allergic to smoke too. Yeah. It's like, or pepper, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, but with your lymphatic system, right, with what they did in the testing.
Yeah, so good news. Like I said, I don't have cancer. I wear these braces. I'm wearing just compression socks right now, but usually, and it's because it's been so hot. So
braces, huh?
Yeah, they gave me these. They're Velcro braces.
Okay.
And it goes from my ankle to
kind of like knee braces and ankle braces.
Except they're Velcro. So they wrap. They're wraps. They're called.
Just for your calves or for your feet too?
Well, okay. Then I have something that I wear for my feet, which wraps around my feet.
Kind of like a cast.
Yeah. So basically,
soft cast.
Soft cast. So basically, what that does is, basically it's like squeezing an orange.
Yeah.
You're getting the water out of it. So that's pretty much what it's doing for the areas that are
like what my sister was doing for her pregnancy, because she was retaining water in her legs.
Yeah.
She was wearing compression socks.
Exactly.
So the swelling could go down.
So these are compression socks to the next level.
Got you.
So
do you wear them with the compression socks or just that?
No, I wear these and then I on top. Then I wrap.
So the double.
I double it and then I have to wear a sleeve
on top of that.
Yeah, so it doesn't rub against my clothes if I'm wearing pants or whatever.
I got you.
But so I have to wear those for the rest of my life.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they're telling me. So
hold on.
Yeah.
I understand, and I'm not a medical doctor, and I respect the medical field a lot. Mm-hmm. And I would obviously trust what they're saying, but also don't just let yourself, like I said, you have to pick and pull from everywhere.
Right.
Like Western medicine, Eastern medicine as well. There's maybe something there, a certain type of diets. There's always something that people can reverse with more than just one method.
It's funny you said that too, because a friend of mine, I hadn't heard from him in years. He calls me. Apparently, he had the same problem. Mm-hmm. So what he calls it a cocktail, herbal cocktail.
Got you.
Which he did research. Very smart guy, and basically I can get all these products, which I'm probably going to get them at Rainbow.
Oh yeah,
Rainbow.
Look on Amazon too. They got a lot of stuff like that too. Cheap, maybe, and probably cheaper than
so I've been pretty much right now for the past week, and I feel the difference.
Okay.
I've been watching my carbs. If I have I've been eating avocados and
cool
and a lot of salads and seafood.
A lot of natural stuff.
Try to stay away from the preservatives. Everything has preservatives in it, but try to stay away from the best I can. Mm-hmm. So my question to you was, and I'm also taking like I said, I'm taking a diuretic where I'm like peeing every 10 minutes. And then I'm taking a diet pill, which is pretty much like an amphetamine, which speeds up my metabolism.
But that's prescribed.
That's prescribed.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get that clear.
Yeah. It's not just off the shelf from GNC.
No, yeah, it's there. Plus I'm taking my T-shots, which are helping me.
You've been taking those for a while.
I've been taking those for a while. So
you can't stay off of that.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I can't because I can feel the difference when I'm not on it.
Gotcha.
My energy level.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it. When a man hits about 25, his T levels start going down.
Okay.
Right. It's like when my doctor told me, he said, "Oh man, when I had my testosterone checked, he goes, you're not even on the charts." He said, "Your T is not even on the charts." And I said, "What? I'm start going breasts? That's the next level?" He goes because he says no. He goes, "What we're gonna do is just gonna give you some shots." So I had to take like a double dose, man, and I felt
it was that bad.
I felt it right away. I was cleaning the house. She couldn't give me enough to do.
Nice.
My levels. So anyway, going along with that, I remember you and I, we were talking at one time about fasting. Mm-hmm. So, what's the purpose of fasting like P. Diddy?
What?
What's the purpose of fasting like P. Diddy?
I don't know.
And I wasn't going to talk about P. Diddy because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
But
I think we should.
They were saying that P. Diddy is not eating the food.
Oh, okay. In prison.
Okay,
so he's like going on a fasting streak?
Well, yeah, because it's just not good. It's not good food. You know how.
Oh, because he's used to.
He's used to living.
Yeah.
But
he's
also
got the best of the best.
Also, there was a fear that someone was trying to poison him.
Okay, got you.
So that's where the analogy came from. Is why should I fast like P. Diddy? All right. So that's where that came. That's where that came from.
All right.
So
I got you.
Fasting. Let me know the pros, the cons. What's the deal?
It's something I hold dear to my heart. Like, honestly, for anybody listening to this, if it wasn't for fasting, I don't know. I mean,
really?
I could be a mess.
That's serious.
Yeah, man.
So,
because it's not just a thing to lose weight, which you have to understand first and foremost. Fasting takes you to your deepest, darkest depths. not just a form of
I know a lot of people that do it for religious reasons.
Dieting, yes, but that's what I'm going at. Like, fasting to me is sacred.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that you just don't take lightly.
Right.
Because these are things that when you do them, if you don't have a connection with something higher, you'll break easily, bro. Like no doubt. And I hold it dearest to my heart for that reason, because, you know, I really proved to myself that I could do anything I put my mind to. And the ultimate thing to, you know, success to have in both the how should I say this, dualistic side of life, spiritually and physically.
Yeah.
It's nothing else that you could do that could supercharge your life.
Then fast.
Whether it be a couple hours or whether it be days, months, depending on what is your goal, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're talking in terms of health and fitness and dieting, again, I need not say more.
So does it reset the system?
Yes, it's a reset.
It's a reset.
Yes.
It's a hard reset.
It's a hard reset, yes.
Okay, so medically, and we ain't talking about Gandhi or some stuff like that.
Practical stuff.
We're talking about practicality.
Yes. As
regards your health. Mm-hmm. Now, I know another thing which, as regards I mentioned, I had a couple hernias. That's when the fatty tissue breaks through, basically your netting of, or your wherever.
Yes. For the hernias, yes.
For the hernia. So that's the purpose of me trying to lose weight too, is to get rid of that fatty tissue, so it's not so much pressure on that netting that basically holds your innards.
Yeah.
So fasting, how long should, well, like you said, you can, what's the limit of fasting though? Like, how long should I fast?
Remember, that's what we were talking about earlier, and I'm going to tie this in. Remember earlier when we were coming, you know, up in the car, we were driving together, back here, what I was saying was, where is your edge in life? Within you, what do you fear most, that you feel like if you can only get a little bit past it, that you'll be like on another level, let's say, but not so much to where you're sacrificing your life for it, but not so little to where you're just throwing it away. Fasting basically is how far can you push yourself to do this? There were what's his name, Kevin James?
Yeah.
He was on Rogan. There's a clip out there, and I didn't watch the whole podcast, but I only bring this up because he was able to do it for 40 days or whatnot.
Kevin, when you mentioned Kevin James, are you talking about the actor Kevin James?
The actor, yes.
Oh, Kevin. The dude, the comedian.
Yeah, how he lost all the weight.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him.
He lost a lot of weight. It was through fasting. He was doing a 40-day water fast.
Drinking nothing but water.
Nothing but water.
Which you desperately need.
Well, look, okay. If I were to do something like that, side by side to him, he would be able to go even further than me, simply because
he has more fat to lose.
Yes, and that for the body is that's why they call it fat reserves. It's where your body can go tap into reserves that it can tap into if you're in a what they call
starvation mode.
Starvation mode, or you're starving, right? And so if you have excessive fat, right?
It's going to feed off that.
It's going to feed off that. But you can't go 3 days without water and you die.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But there's people that do dry fast too, and that's the incredible thing about each individual. Like, I don't know if I could go a dry fast.
Now, when you say dry fast,
nothing but air.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the next level. That's like Grandmaster level, you could call it. That
you're not even drinking water?
Nothing. You're not even brushing your teeth, bro.
Oh, okay. No, we're cool. We're cool. No, we're cool with that. I don't think the wifey would like that too much. But yeah. So dry
Yogis
fast,
do
nothing.
that. Yogis,
Yogis.
Yeah, master.
So
Yoga
so
teachers.
you living like a bear then. These low Yogi bear. You
hibernate.
You hibernate. You in the woods somewhere.
But usually those people, what they do is, they do deep meditations. They don't do much either.
To use up that.
Yeah, because
that
you gotta
reserve.
go. They're planning to go a long time. Not eating or drinking anything. There's people out there that practice that religiously.
So what about fasting every other day?
Then you go into something more moderate, more basic, which people actually do sometimes without thinking.
Yeah.
But then go back to their original conditioning to basically we use food as a pacifier. We use anything as pacifiers. Could be sex, could be alcohol, drugs, all these other things, TV, movies, whatever.
That's why when people get depressed,
even reading,
people get depressed. Maybe they eat more.
Too much, stimulating the brain with like constant, information that, it can hold a lot. But let's say not just the mental part about it, but it's more the spiritual part that you start to like the disconnection. It comes to like reality. You start to go into a different realm, and then you start to kind of separate yourself from reality.
Right.
When you're obsessed so much with a certain thing.
So when I'm taking out of this, what you're telling me, the medical thing about it, not so much spiritual, but the medical, is pretty much when you fast, your body goes in starvation mode, and pretty much then it feeds off the fat that you've stored. Thus, you're going to get rid of fat.
I would add to that too, or edit it in this way that the starvation mode you're talking about is more what it's called the autophagy. What autophagy is, it's basically the cleaning of dead body cells. That's what your system starts to do to start cleaning out. It's also a detoxification. That's why when people go do either like also like abstaining from drugs and they go through withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah,
that's a form of fasting, right? And those are the symptoms. Also, people go through a form of withdrawals when they start doing fasting, when they're not used to it.
right.
Sugar addictions, carbs. Addicted to, people are deeply addicted to starchy, carbs.
Yeah,
that's what produces a lot of more sugar and fat.
I was on a liquid diet for about 30 days. It was that you know what I'm talking about. It's hard for me to say.
The smoothies.
Well, this was something. This was before smoothies. This was was it
Atkins?
No, it wasn't Atkins. It was a juice that I was drinking every day. It had cayenne pepper in it to burn fat. It had
You made it yourself, or you bought it in the store?
No, you make it yourself. But I'm trying to think of what the other ingredients were. Cayenne pepper. It was a tea. It was kind of a tea.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what that other ingredient.
Sounds like a drink or a tea that I learned.
Was it apples?
That exists is called like the dragon something drink.
Yeah.
And you put cayenne pepper in it.
Cayenne to
and
burn.
that activates your metabolism.
Yeah. I've been on. That was another topic about all these diets. Like I was on that liquid diet for a minute. I was on a diet. It was called where it was nothing but cabbage, cabbage and tomato broth.
There's so many, bro. I mean, you got this guy going back to the fasting. We were talking about Kevin James. He went 40 days. There was a guy somewhere in Europe, I think Germany, if I'm not mistaken. He weighed like 365. He was obese, 360 something pounds, and he went through. Those tests they do, those trial.
Okay, it was cayenne pepper, and it was.
Oh, you just remember?
Yeah, it was cayenne pepper, and it was syrup. But it wasn't. It was the tree syrup, like straight the organic maple.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
maple syrup.
It wasn't like
straight from the tree.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Aunt Jemima or whatever.
Yeah. It was some organic.
It was the pure maple syrup.
Yeah.
So
That's actually good for you and
yeah,
good
it's
for your
cayenne
diet.
pepper and maple syrup.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
I just remembered it. So.
No worries. But going back to what I was saying, this guy, he went into a trial with doctors at a hospital because he was very obese. And this guy went a whole year without eating anything, and just all he did was drink water and exercise. And he was able to lose over 200 some pounds. Like he was, at his like high school weight or something like that. He was able to get down all the way to that after just fasting for a year. It's a true story. Like, look it up.
Yeah, you remember that time I was losing all that weight?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was my T-shots. It was all protein. No, it was protein.
You were exercising too?
I was exercising.
Yep.
And I was taking DHEA. And then I was taking an estrogen blocker.
Okay.
So so that was something that actually worked for me.
So are you asking me because you're considering?
I'm
fasting?
asking you considering fasting and what the benefits were.
There's more benefits than cons to
be honest with you.
To be honest with you, yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, if this is something you're thinking about, then you're on the right track, because I feel will help you manage. And I'm not predicting a cure, but you're gonna be able to live a normal life without what you're saying. You might have to, maybe you wear the things just cause, but I don't think you'll have to do that. But I rather you be able to, live freely and still wear those, but live like free.
Yeah. I'm not free.
You're not free.
Right now, I'm not free.
You're not free, exactly. You're not living your life to your fullest. And you're not, let's say, 80 years old to say, like, I've been there, done that. I've gone through a whole life experience.
No,
I'm still ready to go.
Yeah,
no, you're not there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you if you're honestly considering doing this, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you for being brave, because still to this day, there's a stigma behind all of it.
Yeah, there's probably
don't do it. It's bad for you.
That's gonna be. There's gonna be one enemy I have of doing it, and that's gonna be my wife.
Yeah.
Cause she's the one that said, "Did you?" Because there's been times when I just wasn't hungry. I just didn't eat. I would just drink, And
you know how I would do. I would approach it if I were you. If I could suggest it.
Of course.
You like to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but do you ever get to the point like you just brought up where you're good? You eat to the point where you're good, and then you go hours or maybe a day or two without eating. Have you done that before? Have you experienced anything similar to that?
My timing is so off right now. Because, here's the thing: when we were at PCS, we started like I woke up like 3 a.m.
Okay.
So that was my schedule for eating my breakfast.
Okay.
And then, whatever I ate, sometimes I went all day without eating anything. Mm-hmm. If anything, it was a snack or something. But so
I remember, you would tell me like, I'm just snacking. I don't have a lunch today. I'm just an apple or something like that.
Yeah, so my body is still on that kick. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm gonna eat, it's gonna be like early in the morning. And then I probably will have something if I'm feeling it. But being sick too, it just, I find myself eating even less sometimes. Mm. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but, I don't know.
Now, do you feel when you do eat a difference? Like makes it worse? You got to ask.
It depends what I eat.
Depends what you eat. Yeah, exactly.
So it's like.
What is it that makes you like? What's one thing that you eaten that made you less tired, and what's one thing that you eaten that's made you?
I'll tell you what it is. Carbs. I can't.
Tired.
Makes me sluggish and tired.
I see.
And full.
Bloated. That's what you mean.
Bloated, not feeling good,
yeah.
Not feeling right at all. Mm-hmm. But this week.
Do you feel like it causes like certain bowel disorders? Like, going softer than usual, stuff like that when you go to the bathroom.
Okay, well here's the thing too. When you're
or you can't go because sometimes carbs but constipate people if they eat too much.
But protein too. I mean, if I'm eating nothing but meat and protein, then I got to drink a lot of water too to break down that.
You feel so if you eat too much protein, like let's say what's too much protein for you? In terms, can you put it in grams? Can you put it in?
Well, right now I'm well, this morning, what did I eat this morning? I had
or the kind of protein.
I had a couple hard boiled eggs. And I had a low carb tortilla.
Okay.
And I was straight.
Okay.
I've been straight all day. So when I go home, my wife's making us a salad.
Nice.
Like a shrimp salad.
Nice.
With she sticks her foot in her salads.
Nice.
So she puts everything in her salad. So it's like a meal. Her salads. Yeah.
One day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She likes you, so.
Right
on. So I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
I appreciate that.
Give you some salad. I'll tell her.
Yeah.
And so anyway, yeah, that's I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna contemplate.
That's been your diet so
I'm
far.
gonna contemplate it. And see what it does for me.
Okay.
And so.
Cool.
Yeah. Another thing we were talking about was, you wanted to tell me a story about what happened to your brother with Best Buy. Well, you tell me. I'm.
It's a story that pisses me off.
Right.
Because, my brother, to describe my brother Julian, right? My brother Julian wouldn't steal from anything or anybody. Just want to put it out there. Like he wouldn't hurt a fly.
He's a tech head, right? He's the one that's got. He's got his little studio set up.
Full blown nerd. He likes anime. He knows it.
So when you show me his room, that's
yeah.
Got his gaming chair there. His little microphone set up for Twitch. Okay.
Yeah. So he works hard. He helps my mom out, and he works hard. He works
to buy the things that he wants.
Yeah. So he ordered through Best Buy online this VR headset from Meta, the new one. I think the top of the line one that costs over $500.
They're like the Oculus.
The Quest.
The Quest, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, made by Oculus. It used to be made, but I don't know. Like they changed it now. They Meta bought the whole thing and changed the branding.
Yeah, those are pretty dope.
Yeah. So my brother is into that. He's had the first one, and then now he has the new one, right? But from the beginning, he ordered it, right? He waited however long he waited for it, and when the package came, it wasn't what he ordered. It was an iPad.
Really?
Yeah, it was a $200 iPad or $300 iPad.
That's a heavy mistake to make.
Yeah. So you would think if it was something
they would give you a VR set, but it's not the one you ordered.
Or a headset. Let's say the Apple headset. They threw that in there instead of the VR. Right. Maybe it's more. But it was just weird. So he put out a claim and he requested a return, and they told him what to do. They told him to write this is not what I ordered.
Mm-hmm.
They sent him the label and everything. He has all the receipts, everything from even dropping off to UPS.
He has the proof.
He has the proof of everything, right? So, OnTrack is the people I think that they use to deliver it. And OnTrack, we've had very bad experience with OnTrack.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, bad experience. Because they leave it, shit gets lost. We have to file a claim. So this is, I think, maybe not so much a Best Buy thing. It could be both. I don't know. But the problem is that he finally returned it. They told him, they gave him the runaround because they told him one thing to go and drop it off, and then an hour they would be able to let him pick it up at the store. Turns out that no, he had to wait, and then turned out that they told him to purchase it again, and then that they were going to refund him the money back to his card once they got the iPad back. Turns out, they returned it back to him saying that it's a non-returnable item and that he has to, go to the authorities.
What?
Yes. Those were the exact words. He had to go to the cops.
Really?
Yes.
There was nothing they could do for him?
Nope. He called and called. He spent like 2 weeks calling.
Well, why? What? I mean, okay. First of all, they're treating him like he did something.
Yes, exactly.
Like he swapped it out of something.
Yes. Like he's trying to pull a fast one on them. And that's why I said that my brother, honestly, I would say something. You know, I know he's my brother, and nobody's going to talk bad about my brother, but God as my witness, I know my brother. He wouldn't do shit like that.
I'm kind of curious whether On Track.
Yeah. Or else we wouldn't be talking about this, honestly.
Or popped open the box.
Let me tell you something.
Took the Oculus.
Yeah, and swapped it out for the other.
Swapped it out and closed the. It's easy to tape up the box.
Yeah.
That ain't hard to do.
Yeah.
Got some, and they got all this. They got the shipping tape and everything.
Here's the kicker. My brother. That's what I was getting at. My brother starts to research and go on Reddit, and he found somebody that had a similar experience, and what he said was that they basically blocked him from calling they blocked his number from calling the call center and getting at how like his address and everything, so he can't even order if he wanted to from them, because they blacklisted him pretty much.
So he can't. So can he go in the store or no?
He can go to the store, I'm sure, but I think it's online.
Online,
just online.
Well, you told me it was bad, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Yeah, bro. They like.
That's.
But not my brother. My brother hasn't got. It's the guy, and he was.
Oh, the guy on Reddit.
Yeah,
okay.
The guy on Reddit. That's what he told my brother his experience was, or what he posted. You know, because on Reddit there's all forums.
Oh yeah. I'm using it too.
Different
music and
stuff. Forums.
Yeah.
Especially people who don't know or are listening. What is Reddit? But yeah, it's a forum, right? He got on forums to see what's up, and there was many people. Saying they're going through the same thing.
Experience like that makes you want to go outside and just pick it.
Dude, when I saw when I heard that news, bro, I went up to him and was like, "You got to put these motherfuckers on blast." Excuse my language. I know there's people out there that, you know, don't like cussing, but in this case, I'm sorry because I'm that pissed.
Yeah.
And he was that pissed. And when I was telling him, he was telling, "No, man, like for real, bro. I just want to I don't even want to talk about this. I just want to get my money back, and I don't want to make it such a big deal because he's like, it hurt him, bro.
Of course, it hurt him. I mean, number
they
one,
hurt him.
Anything with money,
and that's what I told
hurts.
him. When I called with him, and I got at them people, bro. It's just all a ploy and a scam. These people. When we went to the store too, after that, dude, after we called them, bro, they just ended up hanging up on us. Because we kept... I even told him, get the motherfucking CEO of the Best Buy on this motherfucking line. No, we can't, of course. Right? But I was just being a fool. Right? But I was pissed, bro. And I could see my brother, and, you know, as a big bro, I don't like seeing my brother getting picked on, because I know who he is, and he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
But I also have told him, too, he has to stand up for himself. And he can't let this happen. I want him to put that on blast. And I didn't really ask him for permission to say this on air right now, but fuck that, because I already know he's at his wits, and he would have told me, yeah, bro, they're gonna at this. He's been 2-3 months already, I think.
So now basically he has an iPad, and
that's it.
And then did the iPad at least work? Did you try it?
Oh yeah, it's new and everything.
Okay.
It's not open. He doesn't want to open it.
Right.
You know, just in case. Yeah.
The story pulls through.
I mean, at the end of it, I know, like, it's just money, like, you know, my family says, but it's the principle.
Yeah. No,
they're making billions of dollars, bro.
Yeah, that's a big thing, man.
It's all a ploy. Like, if he would have because he purchased it with, like, a Cash App card. And, like, cash, obviously, these companies, like, they give you the loop run around, bro. It's so hard, you know, just to get somebody on the line nowadays, bro. Everything's automated and all that. And then also, like, outsourced to, you know, overseas. So it's stupidly fucking ridiculous that these companies could treat us, their customers, like that. And they've lost. They're gonna lose a lot more customers to this, and if he's not the first one, and he's not gonna be the last one. And that's why, like fuck that shit, bro. Yeah. Like, that's not cool. What are they losing? They're losing more than they're gaining with not giving them the money back, bro. $500, they make that in fucking 1 second.
Yeah.
You know how many transactions a day a website like that gets? Come on.
Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, that
so ridiculous, bro. That I should... If I was the CEO, I would be ashamed
to
run my business like that, bro. Yeah. They're crooks.
Yeah, but they reason. They reason what's one person.
Well, one of my theory is like that's why the credit card companies now have this thing where if you have insurance if you purchased it with a credit card and they'll get the money back, and they deal with the company themselves. I think it's just a ploy with them, with these type of companies and the credit card companies too. Because if he would have paid it with a legit credit card, not one of those like Cash App things, I don't know. How Cash App works, but usually if it's a credit card from a credit card company, you can go and say, hey, this is going on. Oh, we refund the money. We'll deal with them. Boom. And that's it. That's how easy they make it. And then, look, when you don't, so much harder.
Yeah. Well, lesson learned, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean.
For sure, for my brother.
Yeah, you're just...
for everybody.
When it comes to these numbers, I mean, these companies...
Yeah, they don't care, bro. We're just numbers.
You're nothing but a number.
Yeah.
We can lose your business.
Yeah, we'll get another one in a few seconds.
As you're being dealt foul, somebody else is happy.
That's why, there's money ain't the root of all happiness or evil either.
Right.
But it's about the principle. It's about are you a stand-up person? Hey, but everybody got to go through their experiences. If this happened to my brother, it's for him to speak out, to speak up for himself and not let people, using him and abuse him or something. Not saying that people or he has friends that have gone through that, but he's gone through shit, but he has a good head on his shoulder. He's a smart man. He's 24 years old. He works hard. He's responsible. He's not out there, making trouble or getting into trouble, So,
well, that's a terrible story. I'm sorry it had to happen to him that way, and it definitely leaves a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to Best Buy, because we go there all the time.
Yeah. But it's like what I think we also want to talk about, like. Going into like automation and AI, maybe this is one of the things that AI, the automation part, because it has to do with it, right? Like these companies want to not just hand over fist, right, make their money, but how efficiently and cheaply they can do it.
Yeah.
And this is what AI is gonna do for these type of industries.
See, and you made a good point right there, because AI is going to make the decisions that's best for the company.
Maybe this...
And it's not going to have any... It doesn't care about people. It has no emotions. So it doesn't...
But if the guy is smart behind the wheel, right, operating the company, the guy is smart, he won't have that mindset. He'll be for the people. He's using AI as a tool and not as a sword or shield. Right.
Well, here's the thing.
To attack and money grabbing,
Well, customer service isn't the same anymore.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, but you used to care about the customer. But the statement "customer is always right." That statement is slowly leaving our social psyche. You know what I'm saying? Where
I could also argue too that the AI will make it much more easier and transactional than a regular human can.
Well, yeah.
With this automated system that is already in there, it's not going to be compared to what the future holds.
Here's the thing: it's not going to make mistakes.
It's not going to make mistakes.
So if your brother ordered what he ordered, he's going to get that.
Exactly.
Because
so
there's still
kind of things like we're talking about the call center. Now you went into the logistics of the whole company and the whole operation.
Look,
that's a different story.
Like I know Amazon, there's certain parts where the a machine is picking the product.
Mm-hmm. Robots.
Yeah. And then there's an element where that person is picking the product.
True.
And I'm trying to think of times when I've ordered from Amazon. Did I ever get the wrong thing? Very rare.
Yeah.
Did I ever get the wrong?
And
if I did get the wrong thing, it was my fault that I ordered the wrong thing.
No, not only that, but Amazon will send it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could keep it too. There's been times where like they'll send you the new thing, the thing you actually ordered, and they'll let you keep the thing. Like, oh, we don't need it.
There's been times where
that's how you keep a customer. Like, I just got something for free because of their fuck up.
Yeah, but this has happened before too. It's like, okay, so I ordered some musical equipment, and it didn't come. Like, it didn't come when I wanted it to. I call them. I go, and they say, "Well, give it a few days." I still didn't see it. I call them. They sent me out another one, and then my next door neighbor said, "Oh, this came for you. So I got two of them.
The first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
Same thing with that DJ thing that I bought. The DJ thing that I gave one to Armando. Same thing had happened.
Yeah.
They had left the this is when we were in Hayward. They left the package underneath the stairs right there. So I thought I didn't get it.
Yeah.
So it was there all night.
Simple mistake. Yeah, you was just like, I didn't see it, didn't come.
Yeah, and then I saw it on the stairs. I go, oh, okay. So I got two of them now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. That I feel sorry for your brother, man. Especially, it's not like it was a cheap item either.
No.
But those things like run like $300, right?
500 plus.
500 plus?
Yeah, it's a whole system. It's a whole entertainment system.
Yeah, you could watch movies on it.
Yeah,
you could play
video games
on it.
Yep, everything.
Wow, that's quite the story, man.
We search the web. I think even make calls. I don't know, shit. Yeah, because it's you can Zoom call and shit.
Yeah,
like,
so let's
stuff
go
like that.
Let's go from hate to love.
To love.
So you had some questions for the love doctor.
Oh yeah, the love doctor. Right. Give us a master class on approaching women.
Approaching women.
For the guys that have a hard time. I got a couple guys that in my life. I've had hard times with women too.
Oh no, I have.
But I think it's it probably if you click, you click. However, which way you get at it, right? You not get at it. Excuse me for saying get at it, but go. The flow, the chemistry.
Now when you say that, I'll give you a prime example. This was probably in my teenage years. I was at a party one time, and I asked a girl. I said, "Hey, do you like to dance?" She looked at me. She said, "No," and I said, "I do." I started dancing right in front of her, and
I can imagine you doing that for sure.
And I got her to laugh.
Yeah.
And by the end of the night, we was cool.
Yeah.
Got a number. But the point is, what I'm trying to say, Ed, is everybody likes to laugh. So that's always been my key to getting a woman's attention or make them laugh. Make them laugh for one.
It is a true fact.
Right. Make them laugh for one. Yeah. And if
women love men that make them laugh.
And here's another thing. In nowadays we have technology. So here's the texting game now. Okay. There's you could tell a woman anything you want.
Yeah.
All bets are off as long as you add LOL.
For real?
Because then you're able to get out of a sticky situation.
Oh, right.
Yeah. All let's say I could say the most like, girl, I want to kiss you. LOL. And if she laughs, then you go, or she could either laugh at what you said, or she could say,
I find it so funny.
Or she could say, I want to kiss you too. With no LOL, no nothing.
Like serious.
She
changed it up.
Serious. But you gotta give yourself a safety net. So you don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
You can say I've learned you can
the most preposterous
thing. You can text anything to a woman. But as long as you add the little emoji LOL, there's nothing she can say. She can say that's not funny.
Yeah.
And you could say, well, you know what? I'm sorry, it wasn't funny. Yeah. I like to joke a lot.
Yeah.
That's your way. That's your escape. That's your escape route.
Yeah. I got you.
So, number one,
you're quick witted. See, you're a quick witted man. See, that's different.
Number one,
not everybody has that wit.
Number one, you got to make them laugh. Number two, nobody likes rejection.
Nobody. Yeah.
So you got to throw rejection out the window. So if you're at the club and you see a lot of women, you go up to them, you talk to them. You may get 5 no's, but there's got to be a yes up in there. So
you gotta play you gotta play the numbers.
You got to be ready to get shot up. You got to be ready to go, take it. like
Tony Montana.
Yeah, like the shimmy shit. You got to be willing to take them bullets to get
on like Scarface
to get to what you want.
Let's go.
So I mean, forget about you got to accept the fact that you're gonna get rejected.
Oh yeah.
So I've really never had to. And I'm not saying I'm a down.
So embrace it. Embrace rejection.
Yeah. Because you're gonna get it. You know.
You're gonna get it regardless.
Yeah, you're gonna get it regardless. But you know,
be friends with it. Like what I was talking to you about earlier. You know, about the book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being at your edge. You know, the fear where okay, we're talking about rejection. People fear rejection, right? So what the book said in the book I'm talking about, just for people for reference for people out there. It's called The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but Data. But just look that up. And, it's in this chapter, I think it was chapter... I forget the chapter. But the chapter was talking about living at your edge. Finding where you fear most and kind of like trying to surpass it a little bit. You could get to the point, like I was telling you, where you go so far where it's obsession and you like sacrifice your whole life for it. And negatively, or you could be so relaxed about it and lazy about it that, you do nothing and you waste your life away, and that's the negative. So the balance is to be able to get to your fear and just a little bit beyond that, and that's where your edge is at.
So I understand that. I could definitely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever looked at a guy and a girl and you go, man, how did she end up with him?
Oh, yeah, many times.
And then you talk to the guy and you go, oh, okay, well, he's funny, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For one, he's funny. Okay, I could understand
quick-witted. The thing is like women like, someone to be able to lead the conversation, because that's where it's going to start.
Yeah.
Right? It's not going to start... Mm-hmm. It starts, obviously, physically, but with those guys, they know, like, women are more... Once they get past your looks, they want to know what's inside. How your mind works. Where can you lead them mentally?
And I know there's probably going to be some ladies, especially, just like, not going to agree with the statement I'm about to make, but in my case, it's worked. And I'm not saying be abusive to a woman. Mm-hmm. I don't condone violence. What P. Diddy did to his girlfriend was disgusting and heinous. I'm not talking about that. But what I'm saying is sometimes you got to be a jerk.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes. Because some women, they don't respect a nice guy.
True. That's true.
So sometimes you got to...
That is true facts. I mean, I seen them playing nice guys, what you call them simps.
Yeah.
That they just like on a leash, like with their tongue out, and tail waggling, just chasing a chick.
Yeah. And
they don't give a fuck about it.
And I wish that the nice guy would prevail.
Obviously. But he has to get to a different level. And
it goes, like I said, I don't condone abuse or
verbal abuse. Are you going to really respect some... Okay, obviously we're not going to respect somebody that beats women.
Right.
Right. But are you also going to respect somebody that degrades themselves for women?
No.
Exactly.
But I'm saying that women, they respect guys who take control too.
Yeah, there's a balance. That's why let's go with that statement above your edge, right?
Yeah.
Like a guy that's too shy, either going to find a woman that's going to take advantage of him, or like just constant rejection that gets nothing.
Like a guy who says, well, like a girl may ask you, hey, where you want to go to eat tonight?
He has to take the lead off top.
And the worst thing that guy could say to that woman back is, I don't know, honey. Where do you want to go?
In this book, though, what the main thing he says about this book is that there's different combinations. Mm-hmm. A man and a woman can have swapped positions in the sense of like feminine and masculine energy. The woman could be more masculine and the man could be more feminine, but that's what the chemistry brings each other, because maybe the man is more feminine, he needs more of a masculine woman to balance him out, vice versa. So there is that factor.
Yeah, so you're saying in a sense opposites attract. Basically.
But there's always, and not just in heterosexual relationships, but also in homosexual relationships.
So relationships in general. A mutual respect has to be number one.
Yeah.
A mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
I believe that you get what you give. You get what you put into a relationship is what you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
I always tell people, married people, pick your battles. It's not worth arguing over where you put the wrong salad dressing on my salad.
Yeah.
That ain't worth the argument.
It's like this book I have here. It's called "If You Only Had an Hour to Live," right?
Yeah.
What would you do? Right? But then there's other books that this author has written that says don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you're basically saying.
Basically saying, yeah, don't pick your battles, because the smallest of things could blow up into the biggest of things, and then you realize, well, what in the world was I fighting about?
Was it worth it?
That was a stupid argument.
Yeah.
You know. But at the same time, I mean, each case is different. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm just saying what's worked for me. Well, the key thing for me is having a sense of humor. My wife tells me, though, she says she gets irritated with my sense of humor. She says, I play too much sometimes. She says, which is funny, is that I'm my funniest when I'm not trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she says I'm funny.
Mm-hmm.
And which,
because she takes your probably your sense of humor as sarcasm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sarcasm and just messing with her.
Yeah.
You know, pulling her proverbial pigtails. So to speak.
But in all honesty, I feel like most women really are more sensitive in that area commonly than other women. Just because, women have a higher sense of like sensitivity about, themselves.
No, they're more emotional.
Yeah, they're more emotional.
Men are more logical. Women are more emotional.
Yeah, that point. So
that's a proven fact.
Yeah.
Not saying
that's a bad thing or nothing.
Not saying that that women aren't strong.
That's just how they're wired.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
And so we have to respect that.
And not take it personal.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But
the relationship thing, I noticed that it's getting harder and harder. There's two outcomes.
I think it's hard because, you're trying to make an organic connection with an inorganic way of doing it, right? Through a phone. There's that one-on-one thing, everybody fears it.
Yeah.
I mean, in a sense, in the back of their mind, right? Nowadays, it's like, is it still common to really meet somebody in a grocery store? Maybe, but how compared to like the 1950s, right? It obviously is,
They tell you,
it decreased.
You meet someone in a grocery store, you meet someone in church, they say.
Uh-huh.
They say maybe 9 times out of 10, maybe the club is not where you're going to find your soulmate.
I always had the hardest time even just getting somebody to dance.
Yeah, well, you should try my method. You like go, hey, because you don't word it like, hey, would you want to dance?
Yeah.
You say, you like to dance?
Uh-huh.
And they'll go, they say, oh yeah, go out there.
Yeah.
Or they say, no, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Well, I do. And you just start dancing right in front of them.
Yeah, I know that would work.
That
that works. That's going to work 9 times out of 10.
It's going to work all the time because you have a way out.
Yeah.
And if she wants to do what she's going to do,
That's
she's
clever.
going to do it.
That's clever. See, you're quick-witted like that, though. Not a lot of people have that. It's so for each individual's got to be a little different. But obviously, like you can apply it. You could try to apply it if you have some kind of sense of humor or some kind of courage in you to do something like that, right? But what is something that maybe a little bit more that's practical, but maybe that could fit a little bit more of a wider crowd that not so sparky upside upside the head.
You're saying like out of the blue in a grocery store.
Yes.
How do you meet somebody?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, but it's like because I've never. I mean,
you never did.
I've never
experienced that.
Yeah, I've never had that. I never really.
Okay, let's say
how do you had to pick up?
How does a man make friends with a woman? That's a better question.
And you got to be very careful with this one. Because if you're not careful, you go in the friend zone.
Well, there's something about putting the man putting the woman in the friend zone that's more effective doing that way than, and I believe it because let's say you meet somebody and you become friends first, right?
Right.
I mean, how can you not do that first?
You have to do it first.
You have to do that first, right? But let's say the man, how do you get considered put into a friend zone by a woman? Basically, it's saying that that's a guy I won't, have an intimate relationship with. That's what she's saying.
Right.
Right. So if a guy puts a woman in the friend zone, it's either because he really wants to, keep her as a friend, or he's not interested in her like that. So he's just gonna automatically put her in there.
Which raises the eternal question too: is can a man and woman just be friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like,
now
that's what I'm saying. Like that's
now,
why the guy would put her first, right?
Yeah.
If it makes any sense, what I'm saying.
Well, it's a rarity that a guy wants to put a woman in the friend zone.
True.
That's a rare thing.
But here goes back to the book. You have to put your purpose as a man first before anything else. Women, if you're married with your wife, your children, because you're living, within your true nature and self. Now, if a man is, and I'm not saying I'm a superior man like at all. I have so many defects I got to work on.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like being able to look in the mirror and admitting to yourself what you have to work on. That's the hardest part, the hardest step to make. Everything else starts to flow and start to follow once you're able to have enough courage to admit to yourself these things.
Yeah, a guy I used to work with, he said, "Hey, Sean, I wrote a book about women."
Uh-huh.
And I go, "You did?" He said, "Yeah, all the pages are blank." And
know nothing about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it depends. Like, there's so much to them, like which dictates your relationship, like what happened in your childhood and past relationships you got to deal with, ex-boyfriends who treated them bad. Yeah. There's such a mountain to climb as regards meaning there's so much against you, so much against a relationship nowadays that it's almost like climbing an uphill battle.
Oh, it'll probably feel like that because it's the type of person that hasn't realized, like, first of all, you have to heal yourself before you can enter into a healthy relationship. Especially not just heal yourself, but also that the other person comes healed too. Because if you have two people or one person not healed, it's not going to work out. Something about it is not going to work out. And so if you really want true love, you got to be a person that is willing to work on themselves and look in the mirror and say, well, if I want to, what do I bring to a relationship? Am I bringing good stuff or bad stuff or vice versa? Balance. And balanced person is the healed person, because they know that no matter what, the things that make them, whether it's good or bad, that's who they are, and have to accept it and learn to manage, because just as the good is important, the bad is important too, if you want to even call it that.
Right. Both
sides are important. It's what makes you who you are, not just physically, but spiritually. You can't be, oh, I'm spiritual and I don't feel anything. That's a bullshit lie. There's people out there that do that. Oh, nothing exists. I've run across like things like that online, and really, but this hurts. I feel this, and like realistically, we have to have both with balance. Like balance. I think that's where the ego comes in, where it's an anchor, but sometimes that anchor gets stuck. Without an ego, we'd probably be too in the clouds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that relationship thing, man, it's all you're basically, bottom line, you gotta take that chance. And if you take that chance,
embrace the edge. Embrace the edge.
Embrace the edge. Embrace the
rejection.
rejection.
Embrace your fears.
Because
And that's just not in relationships.
In anything in life.
That's what the book is talking about.
Don't live life with regrets.
Yeah.
Don't live woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And because
no matter the outcome.
No matter the outcome, because in the end, you can't tell yourself that you didn't try.
Yeah.
And like I said, that would fall in the relationship category.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for that number.
Yeah.
Strike up that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're behind a woman in a grocery store.
But my nephew says nowadays to build rapport, you go and ask for their Instagram instead of their number because now the number is too aggressive. You know, it's too like you're into my life now. Like, you know something personal about me. You know, like you know, and something like that. I don't get what's the difference between a number and Instagram. Where on an Instagram you can video call and do the same things.
It's a big thing.
Yeah. So why is it more difficult to get a number than an Instagram?
Well, because now
everybody
you've heard of liquid courage.
Liquid courage. Okay.
This is digital courage.
Digital courage. Okay.
That you can pretty much be because
you know what I think it is too. Like you get a preview of the person.
Right. You can look at their photos.
Photos. Yeah. Okay.
Look at their photos. You can see what they're into.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of takes away the middleman.
Okay.
I don't even know how good dating services are doing these days with Instagram around. Just like Amazon pretty much destroyed me being a toy collector. Amazon, Target pretty much destroyed Toys R Us.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that. So you have these mediums that are destroying other mediums that we would use.
It's survival of the fittest.
Pretty much.
It's like Darwin said.
Yep.
The one who adapts is the one who's going to survive.
Yep.
The one who's the most adaptable is the one who's going to survive.
And that comes with anything in life.
That's evolution.
So with that being said, Ed,
yes, sir.
sounds
like a wrap.
This is a wrap
for the third
episode 3.
Episode number 3 with Ed and Sean.
So y'all take care.
Love
be
y'all.
Safe.
My peoples. Be safe.
Be good to one another.
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk to you next time.
And no Diddy.
No Diddy.